meeting and surpassing all audience expectations every day. No mean feat that, by the way. Rush Limbaugh here at the distinguished and prestigious Limbaugh Institute for Advanced Conservative Studies, utilizing talent on loan from God. You have to say God. You just can't say talent on loan from God. You say God. I learned that from watching a guy who set the Globe on fire, a religious station in Kansas City. Every show set the Globe on fire at the as he's raising money. Greetings, folks. Well, he did. A Globe went on once a week. The end of the show pitch for money. 800-282-2882 if you want to be on the program. The email address, lrushbo@eibnet.com. So guess what? I'm not going to play the sound bites. I have not lifted the ban on PMSNBC. And I'm not watching. I have a report. Andrea Mitchell, NBC News, Washington, is all in a tizzy over Romney's speech in Irwin yesterday. Irwin, Pennsylvania. Yeah, the mudslinging has begun. The mudsling. Romney's speech is mudsling. Calling Romney a felon? Oh, no, that's not mudslinging. Obama lying about Romney here and there? No, that's not mudslinging. And by the way, our old buddy Chris Cillizza of the Washington Post, he's on with Andrea Mitchell, NBC News, Washington. And he's gleefully reporting how all of these conservatives are now demanding that Romney release more of his tax records. And I still, I sit here, I'm literally fuming over the guy. There's so many so-called smart people on our side join that chorus and echo these Obama campaign demands that Romney release more of his records. So here's Chris, and by the way, Chris Cillizza, don't forget, had the piece this week in the Washington Post in which he wrote that Romney's main problem is probably not even solvable. Yeah, it's not solvable. So as far as the drive-bys are concerned, and nothing Romney can do to fix this anyway. All they want him to do is to screw up. A fascinating thing happened yesterday. Have soundbites 18 and 19 standing by. There was a conference call yesterday. Sununu ran a conference call with 4 small business owners. And they had a bunch of bloggers on the call and some traditional reporters. One of the bloggers on the call was John. I don't know how he pronounces his last name. It looks like Hinderaker from Powerline. If I'm mispronouncing it, I'm sorry. I've never heard it pronounced. And he wrote about it. He said, "This morning I participated in a media phone call organized by the Romney campaign, led by Sununu, focused on Obama's astonishing claim that if you got a business, you didn't build that. Somebody else made it happen." Sununu was joined by 4 small business owners, and Sununu was nuclear. He said Obama's comments show 3 related things. 1, that Obama does not understand how America and business work. No wonder his administrations fail to create jobs. Obama's crony capitalism. He thinks the way to create jobs is for the government to pick winners and losers and slide money to Obama's bundlers and allies. The way that works, Obama knows what he's doing. This business, he's incompetent and doesn't understand how America. He understands how it works and he resents it. But the crony capitalism works this way. Obama slips you some money for an industry going nowhere, like Solyndra, solar panels, wind, or what have you, and you send some of it back to Obama. It's a way for Obama to actually get taxpayer dollars as campaign donations. He just has to launder the money first. He has to first give it away, some non-existent business that's going nowhere, in exchange for the guy who got the money sending some of it back as a donation. It's much like the union money laundering scheme has been going on for years, the Democrat Party and all the big labor unions. So literally, federal money from the Treasury, say to Solyndra, a non-existent business, goes bankrupt, but beforehand, the Solyndra guy sends some of it back. It's a little cleaner than Obama just appropriating money to himself. But that's essentially what he's doing. That's Obama's version of crony capitalism. And Sununu said the third thing, that is indicative here of Obama is his attitude towards small business reflects where he comes from, the murky political world of Chicago, where politicians and felons are interchangeable. So he's saying all this. Sununu wrapped up by saying that not only were Obama's comments insulting to entrepreneurs, they show that he's got no idea how the economy functions. He said he wished Obama would learn how to be an American. He has since apologized for that. We have those sound bites. Those are numbers 18 and 19 coming up. But before we get to that, after Sununu went through his little riff, he introduced 4 small business people, all of whom did a great job of pushing back against Obama's casual dismissal of their hard work. Kyle Kaler and his brothers and sisters own a tool and die company in Ohio. He pointed out that if all it took to have a successful business is a road in front of your building, as Obama seems to believe, and everybody would have one. He described how they went without cars, vacations, so on, so that they could reinvest all the money in their business. In the end, the business succeeded. It's paid millions of dollars in taxes as well as millions in payrolls. This guy from this business said Obama's ignorant. The government's getting a free ride on the backs of businesses, not the other way around. And that is exactly right. It's the government that gets the free ride. Is Obama trying to tell everybody that government comes up with these great ideas? Government makes all these great ideas possible. Government is a sponge with a police force. It's all these other people that are out creating jobs, creating businesses, creating products and services. They pay taxes. The government gets to collect it for doing nothing, just for existing. It's the government that gets a free ride on the back of businesses. And here's Obama trying to make it look like these businesses owe everything they've got to a benevolent leader or ruler or government.